Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to show you how to create a car listing directory on WordPress using a plugin called Directorist. A listing directory is like a big organized list of things that people might look for or take interest in. So this is how it will look after it is completely created. And the very first step to get started with is to get the plugin installed and activated. So in your WordPress dashboard, you can go to add new plugin and search for the plugin Directorist. This is how it will appear. Install now. Once installed, you need to activate it for the Directorist plugin to work for you. Now when it is completely installed and activated, you can see it on your dashboard and all its layout completely visible for you. It is a well-structured layout which gives you a clear idea which part is responsible for what work for the creation and management of the directory you are going to create using the plugin. After the installation and activation process, you need to go to Setup Wizard, where you need to set few things to get you started with the Directorist. The very first step is to select the type of directory you want to create. It is one of the pros of the plugin that it allows you to create different types of plugins without restricting you to any particular type. So here you can see you can select at least 5 directory types. Since we are working on a car selling directory, we will select car directory without choosing any other and move to the next step. The second step leads you to set a default location for the ads. So here we will set it to India and move to the next step. Here you can set few things like the monetization. Here you can charge a fee to add a listing, feature listing. For the listing, you can change the value to whatever you desire, and you can set the payment gateways as well. You also have the ability to enable payments via PayPal, but it will install an extension for it to work. And we can move to the next step. Here you can import demo data in case you are learning or need to understand how you actually operate the plugin. But in case you are working for profession, so you need to skip this one. And you can use your own content. And the next is share non-sensitive data. This basically depends on the sensitivity of your data you want to share. So we will import the demo content and select this and submit and launch our very first directory. This will easily reload and it's completely loaded. You can return to the WordPress dashboard. After this setting is done and the content is ready, you can go to all listing to see all the available listings under your website. Whether you have added it through the backend or a user has added it using the front end of the website, every listing available will be shown over here. You can also add a new listing right here. The next sections are categories and locations, which contain all the categories and locations under the listing directory, and you can add new categories or locations under those sections itself. Now, in case if you want to add different types of directories under the same website, you can go to the plugin settings and enable the multi-directory option, which will allow you to add different types of directories under the same website. Here, the plugin also provides you with official documentation for any required guidance regarding the plugin or its extensions or themes. So in case you find yourself lost or need any help, you can check out the official documentation provided by the plugin. Now, before we start working, we need to first set up our workplace. So there are two more plugins that we will need to work on our car listing directory. So we already have our Directorist plugin, and after that we need two more plugins to work, that is the Elementor and the Directorist Elementor add-on. So we have them installed and activated in the same way we did for the Directorist plugin. And we are going to work on a theme, Astra, which is also installed and in work. You can use any other theme, and even the Directorist plugin itself provides beautiful ready-made themes for you to work with, both paid and free versions. Like when you try to add a new directory, you can find there are three methods available for you to work with. And one of them is by using template. So you can see in the directory builder, you have the option to create new directory. Here you see the option to use template for the directory you are trying to create. This option makes use of a plugin called Templatic, which provides you with paid and free ready-made layouts to get your website created on. You have two more other options to create your directory, like create from scratch, where you need to fill all the required fields to get you started with the directory creation. Like these are the fields that you need to fill out in case you are trying to build the directory from the scratch. There are the general fields. You need to name the directory, and then you have add listing forms, where you just need to drag and drop the fields you are trying to add to the forms for adding a new listing to the website you are creating. Then you have single page layout, all listing layout, and search form. And then you can create a directory by completing the process. And the last method is to create using AI, where you take help from AI and fill the required fields to get you a working directory. Now back to our car selling listing directory. We need to start by constructing our menu. So go to Appearance, you will find the menus, where you need to construct all the menus that you are going to use throughout the construction of your website. That means the menus you are actually going to display on your website. So you can create as many menus as you want. Like I have created 4 menus, and you can name them right here. And after that, you can drag and drop the items from here, or just select them out to get them under the menu section. Also, you can stack them in the exact order you want them to be visible on the site. You can arrange them in the form, like the main menu consists of the sub items, and then it can also have its own sub items. So as you can see, the car types is going to appear as one of the main menus on the navigation of the website, while these 3 will appear as the sub menus under the car type. Let's see how this appears on the actual working site. So here you have the car types and the sub menus right here. Similarly, we have the categories, and these are the sub-menus under the category menu. So this is how you are going to construct all the menus required. And here we have the screen option, that is which all things we are trying to add to our menus that we are going to create. Like for this one, I have selected posts, pages, custom links, categories, listing directories, listing categories, and listing locations. You can add some more which are available as per your requirements. There are 4 total number of menus that I have created for different purposes. And the main menu being the one that I'm going to use for the navigation of the live site. And there's one more thing to keep in mind is to check and make sure that all the pages and posts you are trying to add to your website actually exist and there are no empty pages, so that you don't face broken links in your website. Like the directory plugin provides you with default pages, but it is important to recheck and make sure that every given page is linked to some existing pages. You can go to the plugin settings and you have a section called page setup where you can make sure that all the pages are linked to existing pages or posts. And if there is not, you can create one and add the given shortcode for that specific page for proper linkage. Because we don't want broken links on our website. Also, it is important to make sure that each page has proper slug for them for SEO purpose. For example, you can see all the pages have their own slugs. You can go to quick edit and see every page has its slug. So make sure the slugs are short and meaningful for better SEO. Now, once done with the menu, you can start working on the looks and feels of the live site. You can do that by using the default customization option provided by WordPress. So we need to go to the live site and here you will find the customize option. In that, under Astra, you will find the global setting where we will start our customization process. So we can adjust the complete palette of our website. You can either use the preset palettes or you can customize them according to your requirements by changing the codes for them. You can also use color palettes from Google. You can search for color palettes and you can use them as you like. See, there are numerous color palettes available that can work just fine for you. You can find your own choice and use the codes provided to set them accordingly. You can also set the accent and links, body text, borders, colors as well. And by adjusting these, you will be able to see the live changes over here. Now, once done with the color section of the website, you can move on with the typography of your website, where you can set different font styles for different categories. Like you can add different font style for the body and different one for the headings. You can even provide different font style for different heading like H1, H2, H3, etc. And you will be done with the global typography customization. Now about the color changes we made here, you need to customize them on the plugin as well. So you can go to the directory settings, and there you will find the personalization section where you need to add the same color palette you used in the customization. Though the personalization section of the plugin is a bit buggy and doesn't allow you to copy paste your codes, you need to type them out by yourself, and you need to fill all the required fields, and you can save the changes to move forward. Now, once done with this, we can move forward with the next customization portion. So after that, we need to work on the logo of our site. You can go to the header builder. Well, there you will find the site title and logo section. And here you need to add the logo for your site. You can add different types of logos for different retina devices if you desire. And you can also adjust the width of the logo according to the size of the logo or how you want it to appear. Accordingly, you can adjust the width as well. You can provide a site title and make sure you disable the site title visibility so that your logo is not followed by the site title. And in case you want it to be that way, you can leave it enabled. Now, once done with the logo, we need to work on our navigation section. In the same portion of the header builder, you will find the primary menu, which is the menu which is visible on your navigation. So here you can adjust the width of the items, and when you go to the design section, you can adjust the border width, and if you need, you can adjust the border color as well. Here you need to customize the text or link menu color as you want them to be displayed. And then you need to add the spacings and margin accordingly so they are not congested, and take proper spacings and have a proper visibility. And after this, you will be done with the primary menu section. Here then you can add a account section so that you have a visible icon or avatar to show your login account, and we can add a required button so that your navigation section is completely organized and has all the required sections. Here you can see all the settings which you need to adjust accordingly, and you can adjust them as you desire. You can change the profile type as icon, avatar, or even text. And you need to provide an account URL. Here we have provided the dashboard URL provided by the Directorist plugin. Here you can go to the pages. You will find the dashboard here. You can just copy the link and paste it over here, so that when you click on the account, you are redirected to the dashboard section. And similarly, for the button, you need a link for the add listing. Since we have created a button for the scar cell, we have added the add listing link to it. So when the button is clicked, you are redirected to that specific page. And you can adjust the design portion right here, and we will be done with the customization of the navigation bar of your site. So as you make changes, you can see the live changes right here. So you can customize accordingly as the changes are visible. After that, we need to work on building our footer for the website. So for that, we need to go to the footer builder, where you can customize the sections that you want to display on the website in the footer section. So when you go to the footer builder, the very first thing you will notice is a copyright section already present there by default. So you can customize that section and its content as well right here. And you can change the font size and customize the spacing for the content in the design section of the copyright part. So once done with it, you can add more sections to your footer. Like here, I have added a social widget where I have displayed some social media platforms and provided the links for them, so that when someone clicks on the icon for that specific social media, they are redirected to the URL I have provided. You can add more than 3 social media icons and you can align them according to your requirements. And as all the sections, this section also has a design part where you can work on the style and looks of the icons and the spacing as well, so that they are properly displayed without being congested. And also we can add more sections to the footer. Like here, I have created 4 parts for this section and added 4 widgets to it. Now, to adjust what you want to show under those widgets is to be customized in the dashboard of the WordPress. So when you go to the WordPress dashboard, you can go to Appearance and Widgets, where we will work on which part will be shown or displayed under which widget. So here I have created a footer builder widget 1 and selected the footer menu I have already created, so that the menu is visible under the first widget I have selected under the footer. Similarly, I have done it for widget 2 and widget 3. Whereas for the 4th widget, I have added few images, or you can add some buttons so that it shows the download option for the website. Now, after all these sections are added, you can customize them and their looks by going to the design section of each widget, where you will find the alignment, the font size, or the spacing, all the required fields which will help you to work on the looks and feels of the widgets added to the footer. So as you can see, the link color is selected to be white and then the given color, so that when it's normally there, it appears to be white, and when hovered over, you will see its color changes. Similarly, you can work on the looks of the provided widgets by going to the design section of each widget. This way you will be done with the footer section of your website. And remember to publish every time you make a change on the site so that you do not lose your progress. Now, once we have our footer ready, we need to work on designing our home page. So for that, we need to go to Pages. There you will find the home page. You need to edit it. Make sure that under the template part, you select Elementor full width instead of the default template so that we can design our home page using the Elementor plugin. After that, you need to go to Edit with Elementor. Here, you will be able to work on different sections, and the Elementor plugin provides you with numerous widgets and is very useful when it comes to customizing your website. So the very first thing you need to do is set the global settings for your customization. For that, you need to go to Elementor setting, where you will find the global colors and global font section, and you need to set the global fonts first. So you can set the font family you need accordingly and for all the sections. Once you are done, you can go back and set your global colors. You just need to go to the color picker and pick a color, or just copy paste the code for the color you want to set for a specific section. So the global colors and global fonts are set for your website. Now we will move to the next step. Now we need to work on the structure of our home page so that we can use different elements in a proper harmony to create the design we have in our mind for our website. And to keep a proper track of all the elements we are using, we have a structure region provided by the Elementor plugin to keep a proper track of all the elements we have been using and which is a subpart of which element. So this makes it easier for us to make any change, or in case we want to customize some parts, so that we simply need to go to that element. You can just click on that and you will be able to make changes to that particular element without hampering the others. So here I have used single container for each section, and inside that I have used other elements like image box or image or button, etc. to work out the home page layout. Now, the Elementor also provides you the widgets from the Directorist itself. Here you can see all the widgets provided by the Directorist plugin. Like this one you are able to see here is the Directorist search form. So you can use the different elements to work out the design you are trying to implement. And also you can add additional CSS for better styling of your website by going to the customize option of the WordPress site, and There you have a section for add additional CSS where you can provide a CSS code that you want to be implemented to your website. And the classes you are defining here needs to be mentioned to the specific portion so that that styling is implemented on that class without hampering any other, and there is a proper harmony that is maintained. Once you have added the CSS code, you can go to the specific element you want to add the style to, and under the advanced editing option, you will find the CSS classes where you need to add the class type for which the mentioned style you need to be applied to the specific element, by which the other elements remain safe and are not harmed by the additional customization we are trying to perform. Also, there are several elements you can use like button, spacer. Here I have used a spacer element. This is an image element. This is a header element. They all are inside one big container. So this is how you need to work out the complete layout of your website using different elements provided by the Elementor. And there are different layout and styling and advanced settings through which you can edit the elements to your taste and desires. After you're done with the customization, you need to publish so that all the settings you have implemented are actually saved and are implemented on the live site. Now, after all the customizations have been done and the home page design is ready, we have already worked on the menus and other customized links. So now we have a completely functioning car listing directory with proper navigations and proper layout. And to make sure that the add listing page of the site is working, you can try adding a listing by yourself right here. This will ensure that all the settings are working fine and your site is ready to go live. This results with you having a proper and modern car listing directory.